I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle, to the top, here I go, think I'm...
Okay, you beautiful fandom, as you can tell, that microphone is not working like I thought it was. So, we are back down to using a crappy mic. Hopefully I can adjust the audio a little bit to kind of counteract that, and hopefully there won't be too much background noise. But you know what? Y'all never complain, so I should just shut up about that as it is. And a second thing real fast, I am in desperate need of a haircut because I am just, oh my gosh, this hair is so freaking long, I don't know what to do with it. Granted, yes, it's underneath a hat, but, you know, y'all are starting to see that it's getting a little bit, you know, whatever, though. And thirdly, I am all over the place tonight, or at least tonight for me, because it is 7:30 at night on, like, January 4th. I don't even know what day it is, but I am all over the place. But nonetheless, third and final, do not worry, I am catching more things on my second viewing, because the simple fact is this is a reaction video, and I do have to pay attention to this and communicate with y'all at the same time. I can't just sit here silently and just watch the episode, because if I sit here silently, then that ain't no reaction. That's just sitting here watching with y'all. And granted, yes, as much as I would like to do that, you know, that's what my second viewing is for me to just sit back, watch it without having to turn to y'all and talk and stuff like that. So don't worry, second viewing, I did catch that Adam was on the train when Blake sat there and cut the train away and all that good stuff. And one thing I did not notice, though, was in the intro, somebody said something about the moon shattering. Now, I did not notice that, but I haven't watched the intro again since I watched the first episode. And, yeah, sometimes I watch the episodes a third time, and, you know, sometimes I catch a little more there, but for the most part, I do watch it a second time without cameras and without, you know, any other distractions and stuff like that. So, with all of that said, it is time for the second episode, and it's time to see when I turn away and talk to y'all for a moment from this and see what I missed then, because, yeah, because I miss a lot sometimes when I want to turn to y'all and say something, and then something's happening on the screen, such as with, you know, Blake and Adam and, you know, all that stuff. So, let's see what happens this time. And this time around, I'll try to, you know, pay a little bit of attention to the intro. Granted, yes, I do, you know, it's the intro. You know, you don't want to pay too much attention, but you don't want to not pay attention either. So, 3, 2, 1, Episode 2, Volume 6, let's do it, and play. Okay, so, we're sticking with this old Rooster Teeth sort of intro. Now, let's see what we got going on here, because I like the opening a little bit, or at least the song. That's what y'all probably meant, that the moon shatters, boom. I see now. See, I like the intro opening, and then the song just slows down so much. It's hard for me to get into that, and I don't know, it's hard to get into this. I like it, but I don't. Oh yeah, I did notice that, you know, Crow is taken in by the Grimm as well in the intro. There's Torchwood's hat. That's the villain of the whole series, I bet. Yes, that was mentioned in one comment as well. And that was mentioned by Zen Reacts, by the way. He's over there on his own channel. I haven't been able to catch any of his reactions yet, but he's over there on his own channel. He's comments down below quite often. Go over there, check out his reactions and stuff like that. I haven't been able to watch him. He's in Volume 8. I'm over here in Volume 6. But, you know, hey, go support fellow reactors out there. So, yeah. And yes, I am working on getting some more reactors together. Not necessarily in contact with them, but kind of getting them together, and I want to add them to the, featured channels and stuff like that. Alright, let's do this. What kind of info dump can you give to me? And we are starting with Cinder. Okay, so Cinder is alive. Yes. But what is that on your shoulder right here, girl? I know I've probably seen it before, but I want to see it again. Oh, it's the ice. Duh, because Raven froze her as she was going down. Can't quite strike it up yet, can you? And another reason I think I'm getting more blocks, by the way, is because ever since Volume 4, I've upped the volume. So I'm getting more blocks. Granted, yes, Rooster Teeth is blocking more because, of course, with Volume 8 here, but I upped the volume quite a bit. In these later volumes.
Are you okay? Where did you...
Oh. You notice her grim arm. Oh, oh. Still a maiden. Go beans.
We need to take the relic to Atlas?
That's what I said.
Okay.
You've got to be joking. I mean, bright side.
Yeah, you did just come from Atlas, didn't you?
Well, trust me, I'm not crazy about it either. But without the Spring Maiden here to seal the relic back in its vault, it's our best option.
Atlas may be the safest kingdom we have at the moment, but their borders are closed. General Ironwood called everyone back.
Not everyone. The city of Argus is a ways north of us.
Huh.
It's the primary
I
trading
feel
point
like
between Anima and Solitas.
this is out of order. But I know I'm in the right order.
Kingdom. There's no way they'd leave
Because this feels like
if we play our cards
before
right,
they got on the
I think
train.
There's a good chance we could convince them to escort us straight to Ironwood.
I mean, we do have the missing heiress to the Shnidas company.
Ex-heiress, actually.
True, true. But if there's a chance of reward money, I say we go for it.
Hopefully the first option will suffice.
Glad to see you're feeling
Okay, so we got Oz.
And while I'm sure we could all use more time to recover, I'm afraid time is of the essence.
Right. As long as that thing's out in the open, its power could fall into the wrong hands.
Speaking of, what does it do, exactly? Crow never really told us.
Huh. I don't think Crow knows.
Of course. The Relic of Knowledge has a wonderful and incredibly dangerous ability.
Does it?
Its user can ask any question, and the lamp will provide an answer.
But how does it provide an answer?
Intriguing.
That's incredible.
Of course, Ren would think
Indeed.
it's intriguing.
However, it's not without drawbacks. The lamp cannot tell you of events that have yet to happen, and it will only ever answer 3 questions every 100 years.
Wow. That is not really
I
useful
guess that's
then,
not
is
so
it?
bad. Adds a lot of pressure, though.
Then let's put it to a vote. What should we ask first? Oh! Can we ask for more questions? Can we ask for more questions?
They're not wishes.
I'm afraid you won't be able to ask
But
it anything at the
now I
moment.
do know what it's
The questions were used before.
kind of
I sealed
is.
it away.
It's kind of
Well, at least now we know what it is.
a genie lamp, kind
We'll be
of.
sure to keep
You
it
know, that's
safe.
kind of probably what it's based off of. You know, you can only ask 3 questions and this, and this. Okay, so
Great.
this isn't out of order
great.
then, because there's the wreck train.
Stranded.
Cool.
We lost a
Okay.
party.
I was a little worried there at first. I thought they were talking.
Lady.
I thought they were talking before they got on the train.
My name is Maria
Oh my gosh.
Cabrera,
Huh.
and I am not defenseless. I'm just a little hard of hearing. And blind without my eyes. That are in desperate need of repair.
Huh.
Okay, I'm starting to see
Okay.
your point.
I didn't catch her name, but I like her.
If we lose our cool now, we'll just be inviting even more Grim.
I called her name, but I didn't catch it.
Apparently, we've been attracting Grim since we left Haven.
Oh, and how could I forget about that?
Wait, what the heck is wrong with me?
Truths.
All that stuff was based before they got on the train, and now we are in the train itself.
I did not lie to you.
Well, you certainly didn't tell us everything about the relic.
Sometimes the pacing and the timing of all the show is a little wonky. You gotta pay a lot of attention.
The Grim are attracted to the relics. It's faint but undeniable. I believe it has to do with their origin, but I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, I feared that making you all aware would only add anxiety and negativity. It seems like the safer option.
Okay.
You know, I'm getting real tired of people choosing what's best
I could see that. I see Oz's point of view.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I believed the Kingdom of Mistral deserved better than the truth. And I believed Leonardo deserved to be remembered for his lifetime of service, and not the unfortunate missteps he made in his final years.
Missteps?
What Professor Lionheart did was reprehensible. I am not here to argue.
I don't agree with the part with Lionheart, though.
All of his good. Do we not all have regrets? You may
we all have regrets, but
you never met the man he was before Salem found him.
Lionheart. Okay, now I'm starting to feel like I get what he's saying. He knows him before Salem.
Do you really think Leo was the first? That he didn't say those exact same words to me? I'm sorry, but you have to understand that my behaviors are backed by experience.
Okay, so now I get where he's coming from again.
Saying that I have reasons for the things
There's
that
always
I do,
different perspectives. You gotta weigh the perspectives and understand where someone's coming from.
Where's the relic?
Right here. It got scattered in the crash.
Please, hand it over.
Well, what you gonna do, Rooby?
Times you talked about having faith in humanity. That was just for everyone else?
That's not what I meant to suggest. Miss Rose, the relic is a powerful item, and I simply feel as though it is my burden to bear.
But you said it couldn't do anything right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just said that all the questions have been asked.
I need you to listen to me.
Oz?
Hurry. He's trying to stop you.
Stop her from what?
Huh.
He's afraid he'll find out what he's...
What is he?
Hiding.
What's he hiding? Huh.
Her name is
I
Jen.
see.
Say her name to summon her.
Her name?
Huh? Yeah, I saw Blake right there about to grab her weapon. She was ready.
Jen?
What?
Okay. Got very still and very quiet by mentioning her name. Okay, so the Relic of Knowledge is a person as well? Crow don't know what's going on. Oh, it's kind of like a genie.
Wonderful.
Okay. And now we can ask it 3 questions.
What knowledge do you seek?
Interesting. Okay, you know, I'm trying to understand, you know, Oz's perspective, but at the same time, he's keeping too many secrets. Oh, and back to you, Cinder. Oh, you were the one in the cloak, you know, the hooded cloak in the intros. Okay. I gotcha, and I understand why now. You're a fugitive. Well, you've probably been a fugitive for a while. Okay, so we're looking at a web on a door. Ah, that's what we're really looking for. A person.
That's far enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, you know, when someone throws money at you, it's kind of like,
Little Miss
okay.
I'm Little Miss gonna skin you alive if you ever take that tone with me again. Looks like your life savings.
It was somebody's.
She just robbed that lady that found her on in the middle of the road.
I'm looking for these travelers.
Well, sweetheart, you came to the right place. A little jumpy today, You know, I used to be afraid of spiders. Want to know what I did about it?
Learn to kill them.
Oh no, the world needs spiders. I just made the spiders work for me.
Good point.
Give us a week. We'll find your travelers.
I thought she was going to let them know who she was by flashing her eyes.
Little Miss, we already know where they are. That big guy asked about them last week.
I know we know. But what we don't know is who here in Mistral might be asking about her.
I like this woman. She's pretty smart.
I am Jin, a being created by the god of light to aid humanity
Jin.
in its pursuit of knowledge.
Short for Genie.
I've been graced with the ability to answer 3 questions every 100 years. You're in luck, as I'm still able to answer...
That's enough!
2 questions this era.
So, who's going to ask the first question?
It's a pleasure to see you again, old man.
Rwby, please, don't.
Hey.
Really?
Do whatever you think is right, kiddo.
Jin,
Uncle Crow.
what is Ozpin hiding from us?
No!
We're about to get a lot of info dump, possibly. Granted, I know that's probably episode 3 that I'm waiting for the info dump, but...
Weiss? Yang?
Blake!
Rwby?
It's
Yang!
I find it interesting who they call out for first.
There stood a lonely tower that sheltered a lonely girl. Named Salem.
Oh. That is going to be interesting. Okay. So. Okay, so Ozpin did something to Salem. Okay, and obviously that's Salem before Salem turned into who Salem is now. Oh gosh. Let's see. Well, let's rewind some stuff and find out where I want to start first, right? I know y'all aren't seeing where I'm rewinding to, but of course I am going to be talking. And I guess where I'm going to have to talk first is Ozpin. We are finally going to learn more about what Ozpin is hiding, and that is going to be in the next chapter, which is chapter 3, because where we are starting is there once was a young girl named Salem, and I like the idea that they did with the Relic of Knowledge there. It's kind of like a lamp, you know, instead of rubbing it, you end up, you know, saying the name, and of course the name is Jean, and I'd say that's short for Jeannie, but I like that idea, and you know, you can ask it 3 questions every, you know, 3 questions per 100 years. I like that idea, very good idea, and in this era, she can answer 2 more questions, and of course, Ruby's first question is, what is Ozpin hiding from us? So, I am now going to get to the point where I can get Salem's backstory, as well as probably some Ozpin backstory. But for some reason, as I'm talking, of course, everything is first reactions and stuff like that. Granted, y'all tell me on chapter 3, you know, watch it a second time before giving the thoughts, and I will, don't worry. But this one's going to be first thoughts right out the gate, because, you know, for the most part, I did see and catch everything for the most part with this first viewing. I'm still interested in that old lady too, and yes, these are going to be scattered thoughts, as always. I do want to go... Darn it, I've got to keep on Ozpin for a minute. And we are going to get the Ozpin-Salem connection and find out possibly why Salem is so hell-bent on trying to get Oz and destroy pretty much everything and anything and everything and all that stuff. So, I am interested so much in the old lady, because she's obviously going to have to be a key player in some of this stuff. I don't know exactly what she's going to be a key player in and what role she's going to play, but she's obviously going to play some sort of role. Now, when they did get over there to the, you know, they transitioned into the whole, what is Ozpin hiding? I did want to go back myself and find out what exactly name they said first. Because each one of them, it's kind of pretty distinct that they said a specific name first. And yes, I know, I'm scatterbrained right now. And of course, I like Crow. I like that Crow said, do whatever you think is right. And then on top of that, I also like that them 4, Team Rwby, was willing to start to draw their weapons even against Crow. They didn't know what he was going to do, but they were still willing to draw their weapons and be ready for a fight anyway, because they didn't know where he was, you know, where his alliance lied. Now, throughout the episode, granted, yeah, their time frame and all that stuff, it threw me off a little bit with them starting, you know, before they got on the train, and then they jumped to after they got on the train, you know, after the train crash and stuff. But I tried throughout this whole thing, understanding, you know, Ozpin's perspective and stuff like that, and why he does what he does. And, you know, I understood some of it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, you're coming from this perspective because you got this experience with this person, and you knew, you know, Leo before he got with Salem. And yes, of course, you know, if you heard that noise outside, of course, blah, 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 sorry, you know. But I understood that perspective. You know, he knew him before Salem you know, got her little into him, and I understood a lot of the perspective. But oh geez, there's so much I like about this episode right here, because right now what's playing is, well, I backed out, but still, what was playing right then was the struggle between Oz and Oscar. And I like that struggle dynamic, because Oscar's wanting to help them and say, look, hey, he's not wanting y'all to find out. He does not want y'all to know what has happened. Stuff like that. He's wanting to tell them, hey, look, this is what's going on with Oz. This is what he's hiding. Because Oscar's got Oz's memories. And, of course, Oz has Oscar's memories. But, you know, hey, they're, you know, Oscar's memories are like, oh, I'm just a farm boy. So there's so many different dynamics I like about this episode. I wish I was like an analysis, you know, and not an analysis. Oh, my words. So many words I have that want to collide together right now. But I wish I was an analyzer and I could actually look at these things and be like, oh, this is what this means and this is what that means. I wish I could do that, but I know that I would have to write everything out, and you know, my thoughts, I don't run well off of a script. You know, if I start talking and reading from a, you know, paper, it's easy to tell that I'm reading from, you know, a script. And I don't like doing that. I like to be genuine and throw my first thoughts out there and stuff like that. Now, granted, yes, I am going to, you know, in chapter 3, because I could tell where we're going with chapter 3, we're going to find out about Salem and her backstory, and Oscar and how he's involved with her. Now, with that chapter, I've said it before, I'm going to watch it with y'all first, and give like 1 or 2 minutes worth of thoughts, and then I'll go ahead, hit the stop button on the camera, and then I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll rewatch the episode, but I'll also, you know, jot down some stuff, and I won't be going off of a script or nothing, because that would just not be me. But I will have little points that I want to tackle and say, okay, I did notice this, 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 and this, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know, pretty much I'm going to have an outline of about, I don't know, I'm going to try to have 5 different points that I hit with it. And if y'all like that way of doing it better, then I might start doing that way. You know what? No. Because I want to catch up with y'all. And if I do it that way, that's going to take me longer to get through some of the episodes. And I don't think every single episode is literally you have to watch it 5 times and then do an analysis. And, you know, I'm not an analysis. So why try to act like one? So I'm going to end it there. And it is y'all's turn. Y'all know the drill. Hit that like, tickle to subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. And as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.